right, shout out my boy Ryan Pictures, everybody. Yo, give him a hand. Yes, been one of the consistent channels that we consider on this channel in terms of reaction material. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something to point out, right? Today we are looking at 7 sinful creators versus 7 heavenly creators. I don't know how we can spin it. You can spin it in your own way. You know, 7 demons versus 7 angels within the YouTuber space versus within the streamer space, right? Everybody's a creator at this. You know what I'm saying? So got a video, a young segment that's going, you know, focus on the live streamers, and a segment that focus on the post producers. Let's put it that way, right? Yeah, we'll see it.
How the fuck I'm being locked out? When I'm standing in the gap with my clock out. Waking up every morning about out.
One two mic check. Yeah, the whole routine, right? Morning, afternoon, evening, to whoever it may concern. Let's get straight to it. 7 Halo. Wait. 7 sinful versus 7 heavenly streamers. We're also gonna hop into 7 sinful versus 7 heavenly YouTubers. Right? Ryan Pictures, let's dive in.
Specific streamers who perfectly embody the 7 deadly. There's 7 specific streamers who perfectly embody the 7 deadly sins. However, if we flip these upside down, we'll find another set of streamers who represent the exact opposite, the 7 heavenly virtues. My name is Ryan, and we'll be comparing the streamers who embody the 7 deadly sins and their corresponding heavenly virtues, starting with gluttony versus temperance. Most people associate the sin of gluttony with eating copious amounts of food for pleasure, but it also represents an uncontrolled overindulgence in anything, such as alcohol, money, or even online clout. No other streamer best represents gluttony than Aiden Ross, with his alcohol consumption.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it. I mean, at this point, it's kind of apparent. You know what I mean? Like, what this guy cannot let go of, right? Y'all fill in the blanks, but you know, if you know, you know. If you don't, do your homework.
And unsavory acts with OnlyFans models on stream, Aiden is constantly in pursuit for pleasure. On the flip side, Nick830 is the living embodiment of temperance, which is described as emotional restraint or self-control. Both are massively successful streamers, yet their behavior can't be any different. On most days, Aiden is either high on drunk with alcohol.
Nah, that's that crack itch. Nah, that's a crack itch.
Or sometimes even hooked on harder. After meeting Andrew Tate in December of 2022 and getting inspired by his discipline, Aiden promised to turn his life around and abandon his unhealthy lifestyle. Because just a couple months prior to meeting him, Aiden genuinely felt lost in the world of streaming, so much so that he contemplated abandoning his career altogether. But Tate became Aiden's reason to keep pushing on, gradually progressing into a mentor figure for him.
Andrew! Yeah, nah, you know what? I think everybody, look, we gotta point this out, right? We gotta point out the fact that, look, Andrew Tate is whoever he is, and he got whoever hates him, whoever loves him. He is who he is. What is going on in my scenes? What the hell? Right? Hate him, love him, or whatever the case, he came to serve the purpose he came to serve, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? He still came to do, you know, what no one else who's not Andrew Tate would not do, obviously, because they're not Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? Because being himself came with the, you know, the cringy parts of him, you know, while the constructive parts were there. I mean, you know, there you go. Bob's your uncle. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not gonna lie, as of late, yeah, he's just been on some other weird run, especially with the whole situation that's connected to Sneeko. You know. I'm not gonna lie, bro, he did come to do, he did come to serve some sort of purpose, bro, you know.
I mean, like, I love you. I love him, bro. I love him with all my heart. I missed you. You got bigger and you got stronger and also sexier.
Everyone thought this was finally the time
Yep. Can't forget that version of Aiden. Part of it for sure.
Aiden would change his ways. Unfortunately, this mindset only lasted a short while, and Aiden regressed back to his old habits of drinking. This was a massive disappointment to all of his fans who wanted to see Aiden live a better life.
Yeah, because Daddy Tate, Daddy Tate done became a deadbeat now. Their relationship done got estranged and shit.
Aiden never fails to disappoint. Aiden is the best example of what you don't want to be in life. He's perfect for that. It's good that he exists so he can be set up as an example to show kids what you're not supposed to be in life. Even Andrew Tate himself called out Aiden on his lack of determination during a joint live stream.
I think you hold the record for making the most stupid life choice I have, me personally. Nobody has told me a more stupid decision. I decided to stop going to the gym so I could focus on consuming. You are an idiot, Aiden.
In comparison though, Nick 830 is
Tough love from Daddy Tate though.
always lived a healthy lifestyle that has inspired others to do better as well. For starters, he only eats homemade food in moderate proportions. This includes things like high-protein chicken with vitamin-rich spaghetti squash, vegetable-filled Vietnamese rice rolls, and even a birthday cake topped with healthy fruits. Nick also works out on a regular basis and has a pretty impressive physique to show for it, so it's quite clear that he's a beacon of positivity for his audience and the online gaming community in general. There are also dozens of clips of him inspiring his viewers through encouraging words.
So never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never back down.
He's one of those.
Never give up.
That's right.
Nick is a real one for this. Who knows, that kid might have not had any parents or anyone to turn to for support, and Nick might have changed his life around. Thanks, Nick. But that's not all. Another way Nick embodies temperance and restraint is with his attitude towards money. Despite having millions of viewers, he never flexes
What is he, like some sort of minimalist or some shit?
his wealth and chooses to live with his parents instead of some dripped out mansion down in LA. This again is arguably the complete opposite of Aiden,
Exactly.
who has zero issues flaunting his money to his viewers.
I have $700,000 in cash right there. I got $700,000 in cash right there.
And instead of spreading positivity like Nick,
Right.
Aiden went down a degenerate path after his breakup with his girlfriend Pammy. Has already left Aiden's content off limits for most of his younger fans, and it's not hard to imagine his growth completely halting in the near future. On the other hand, Nick 830's positive attitude not only makes him a role model, but also proves fame can be earned without compromising morals. Speaking of which, there are only a handful of streamers who radiate tolerance and joy in the face of intense bullying like our next streamer.
Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like Nick E30, you know what I'm saying, is the one sort of let me get my scene right. Okay, we good now. He's the one example that, the typical example that you would want people of somebody that you would want people to look up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, duh. You know what I mean? But I feel like for some reason, that kind is not too attractive for these young audience, for this young audience. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're talking about he's a gamer. You know what I mean? A streamer. I mean, both of these brothers are streamers. Yeah. We in the streamer segment. Yeah. So everybody's a streamer. Goddammit. I don't know why I had to point that out, but yeah, he's like the typical, yo, look at him, kids. But yo, who's looking at that and be like, yeah, bro, that's so attractive right there. I feel like that's for the audience, even those that are at a young age sort of level in their life, that have went through things and are not only did they learn the lessons, the hard lessons, but were kind of scared to make similar mistakes of the past. So people that are young but have went through some shit to be like, you know what, I'll fuck my decisions anyway. Then I feel like things like Nick 830 becomes like an attractive role model, so to speak, right? Whereas my nigga Aiden, yo, he lit across the board. Like, what are we talking about? You talking about flashing, money, this and that and the third, gluttonous behavior. You know what I mean? Hey, come on, bro. Like it's sensitizing, right? Especially when we're talking about the youth of these days. I know these is like typical sayings, you know what I'm saying, like cliche, like, but yeah, the younger generations of today, bro, needing that constant just sensitization, bro. They got these wild nervous systems and shit like this, right? So somebody like Aiden is like good fast food for you right there. No? He great fast food right there. I'm just saying.
Patience is the ability to continue doing something despite setbacks or difficulties, or to suffer without complaining. And the streamer Queso exemplifies this trait better than anyone. Queso is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch.
Oh, Queso was my 600-pound life kind of guy.
And while many people may not believe he embodies patience at first glance, there's a reason for that. He's an overweight guy and his chat is constantly making fun of his weight on every opportunity.
What do you mean bro's built like a 1x1 Lego piece? What even is a 1x1?
I don't know why homie reminds me of Action Bronson, bro. I don't know why that correlation makes sense over there. Alright, my fault. That was just a little sidebar.
Lego piece. Yep, you're banned.
Whoa.
Have a good night. Imagine being the biggest living creature on the earth. You don't have to imagine it, sadly. Yeah, you're banned.
This often takes him off, resulting in him expressing anger and quote banning the person who made the joke. But that's just it. It's
So he's a crash out streamer. I'm thinking he belongs to the Sinful joint.
all just a play, an act. Everything from his loud voice to animated expressions are all a part of his streaming persona. This was perfect.
Nah, but you gotta understand, bro. They keep on just like roasting his weight though, right? You know what I'm saying? And I get the whole fact that, yo, when it comes to shit like weight, it's something that, you know, people can do something about. You know, you can change your weight, you can do this, that. And then there's aspects where a man cannot change, like their height, you know what I'm saying? Like they dick size, you feel me? Well, depending on, okay, let me not get into that rabbit hole. But, you know, with the weight, I get the fact, yeah, you can do the whole transformation, but yo, you gotta, you know, understand the principle of still offending somebody. Yes, there's the whole train of thought, yo, shame somebody into shape, into constructivity or whatever. Like I don't know how that works, but yeah, there's people that think that way. I've seen that online. But you know, okay, do that, but do that, balance it out with, you know, the positive talk as well. You know what I'm saying? So now you can imagine somebody who's only getting the roastage, right? That's just meant to, you know, deconstruct or just offend you, bruh. You know, yeah. Like, I don't know what to say fame at this point, because, okay, it's not defamatory if, you know, you chose this kind of lifestyle. It's not defamatory. It's self-inflicted, but it's like, yo, you don't think, you know, you offending this dude on a recurring, I don't know why I had like that brain fart right there, but on a consistent level, yeah, that's, woo, where the fuck was you at when I needed you? On a consistent basis, on a consistent level. Roasting a motherfucker on that level, bro, it's like, of course you're gonna get under their skin, man. Even though it's the life choices that they, you know, made and all of that, this, that, and the third, it's like, yo, men gotta get this one thing right? Let me put it to you this way. Us as men can try and construct one another, you know what I'm saying, like positive affirmation, like, you know what I'm saying, call each other kings and this, that, and the third. But at the same time, we find this thing where we break each other down, like on the same breath. And I feel like the breaking each other down, like roasting, like shaming each other. No, we're boys, man. This is how we sharpen each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we gotta shame his ass like into life sometimes. It's like, yo, you gotta tread carefully with that one. Look, I'm not saying, yo, completely gotta be like, yo, soft, and no, you know, let me treat you softly, man. That's a no, bro. I gotta knock your jaw into life sometimes, so that you fall into line. But then I feel like while I'm doing that, bro, there has to be like that sensitivity that I show to you at the same time, and I'll constantly break you down, because, you know, the constant breaking down, constantly telling homie, yo, you fat, yo, doing these memes of this my 600-pound life kind of character as a meme while he's streaming or whatever, like that shit that can't get under somebody's skin. Understand what I'm saying? So forgive me for being the bigger brother here, for you know, for being the, or at least attempting to be the voice of reason here, you know, and speak some sense while making this point. But you know I'm cooking, so I can understand where, you know, his sinful ways are derived from.
Explained by his viewers when someone asked in Queso's subreddit reading, does Queso actually ban people when he says it? To which someone replied, no, it's just a joke, lol. Another comment further clarified the situation. He only bans people when they say racist, sexist, or really offensive things, or when they straight up become a problem.
Yeah, cause bro, you're gonna get under the man's skin. What are we trying to do?
Most of it is just for laughs. So despite being provoked by his chat so often,
and there we go. I get the fact that, yo, it is for laughs and it's fun and this is how boys joke around and what, you know what I mean? But I'm talking, that happens to a point, right? It gets to a point where it's like, okay, bro, fuck this, it's enough. And then he just starts banning everybody gets a shot, straight shot, direct shot, whatever shot, nigga, head shot, you know what I'm saying? You having it.
And enduring constant fat shaming, he remains patient and lets his audience have their fun. Sure, he acts as though he's actually angry, but it's clear this show of anger is just to keep things entertaining. However, this behavior is in stark contrast with FuziTube, a popular YouTuber and streamer whose career suffered from his intense anger issues. Fuzi is one of the OGs of online content creation, who is known for his once popular public prank and social experiments. However, as the popularity of such content diminished, so did his mental stability. In 2017, he decided to take a year-long break and, upon returning, announced a fan meetup event that, in his own words, would rival Coachella. Unfortunately, this event turned disastrous when none of the promised artists made it to the event. And to make matters even worse, someone called in a bomb, causing the whole event to be cancelled. This led to Fuzi's public breakdown in front of his fans.
Fuzi is the biggest piece of shit, egotistical on this earth. I have bipolar and depression. That what you put into my head made me want to kill myself.
While many people meme this meltdown to hell and back,
I'm crying right now because I'm in fear.
others express genuine.
Yo, Ryan, why you put the video of that man laughing there? Yo, I was actually gonna make the point that, well, yeah, I was gonna try and, you know, bring it forth that, yo, y'all think that he's a how can I put it? He's the type to humiliate himself, like, publicly. Like, you know, those kind of people that gets a kick out of humiliating themselves. You know what I'm saying? The thing is with Fuzi, he's very aggressive, bro, and he's super temperamental, dog. Right? Like, I think he's one of those individuals that, I don't know what they call those individuals, bro. It's like humiliate or victimizing themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like having people see them be victimized. And sometimes that can be self-inflicted, so they can self-victimize, projecting that on maybe somebody else that they're dealing with to blame them, while everybody can see it's you that's inflicting these things on yourself. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Genuine concern for his well-being. This actually made me genuinely concerned for his mental health.
Why?
I hope he has good friends around him that prioritize his well-being over making money. Following this, Fuzi stepped into the world of IRL streaming and vowed to broadcast every waking hour of his life. And while this was going well in the beginning, things started to once again break down.
Bro, I wonder where this, I wonder where this subathon thing and, you know what I'm saying, this farming for because, you know, things like subathons and you documenting every second of your day, every waking moment of your life, like that's like, yo, that's like pick me vibes on another level, right? Or okay, you know what? Let me take that back.
I'm tripping. I had to go back on it. I had to go back on it. My bad, chat. My apologies.
I guess it's the culture of, especially on Twitch, right? Twitch streaming and shit like that. The whole subathon thing, you know. I just, you know, couldn't connect with the fact that, yo, there's a thing that streamers do where 30 days of the month, 24/7, right? Throughout, you're just streaming, you're in front of that camera, like you're just, you know what I'm saying? yo, it just exposes like a dark sort of like rabbit hole that I think humanity has fallen into, where it's like you probably I'd say you're bypassing, or you come off as intentionally just switching off your sense of self-awareness, because you are human at the end of the day. You gotta go take that shit. You know what I'm saying? You are human at the end of the day. You might just like want to whack your meat off. Like, I don't know, like, but like, you know, some moments of privacy, dog. Some moments where you breathe, nigga. You are human at the end of the day. You will experience burnout. Now, one of those things, you know what I'm saying? You want to go kick it with your girl. You want to go kick it with your family. Your family don't want to be in front of cameras the whole time. So it's like,
I'm tripping.
the whole little thing, right? Wait, what the fuck happened? Oh shit. The whole little thing where it's like, yo, there's this thing that is the subathon that just like disregards all of your other human aspects. Like, it never made sense. And that maybe that's why I'm not like a Twitch streamer. I don't know. For me, it just would be like a bit much, you know? It would be a lot. But you know, shout out to people that make that kind of thing work and they make it exciting. Kais and Nats and them, you know what I'm saying? Who's that? That Emily streamer. Is it Extra Emily? I don't know if it's the same person. But she be going freaking hours, bruh. Like, and I see the amount of hours that mounts up to days and weeks. Like, man. Nah, dog. Like, come on, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Kai, it knocked some sense into Kai right now, right? But, you know, I'm just saying.
As time went on, with Fuzi having more and more mental breakdowns during his streams. In one instance, he even physically lashed out at another streamer. His situation reached a critical point when, after receiving death threats, he called 911 in distress, claiming someone had a gun to his head.
Send the cops. There's a gun to my head right now. There's a gun to my head. Help, ma'am, he left. Ma'am, he left. There's a gun to my head. Help.
Yeah, now this right here is performative as fuck. You could tell. This right here is performative as fuck. And yeah, that's another thing I wanted to just like point out about Fuzi. Like, this guy, he has this aspect to him where this shit gotta be performative, bro. You feel me?
Help! Get them! Help! Bye!
And when cops arrived, Fuzi started yelling at them instead of clearly explaining a situation.
Yeah, he gets a kick out of that kind of shit, man. Fuzi.
I have his address! I said grab my security 20 minutes ago!
His lack of cooperation and erratic behavior led to the cops arresting him instead.
You guys are dumb as man. You guys are literally dumb as. Oh, yeah. Hey, record this! Security! Come in here now!
In contrast to Queso's controlled reactions, Fuzi's inability to manage his anger and pride.
That shit was kind of entertaining. And I know that is mental degeneracy, bro. That nigga was having an episode, bro. How do you tell the cops all that, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, bro. Like, and yeah, I feel like this is where we can make the connect of like this guy's attitude and personality and energy towards authority having started to, you know, his attitude towards his parents and things like that, or his caregivers. You know what I mean? People that brought him up. He was probably like the, you know, the migraine inducing kind of temper tantrum throwing ass kid. What the fuck? He was probably like one of those that throws one of those tantrums, bro, to get your head banging, bro. It's like, fuck, this kid is, can't believe I created that. Can't believe I created that. Kid ass kid. You know what I'm saying? Can't be, bro. Oh my god, my fucking projector be making me, you know what I'm saying, make all these mistakes, bro. Like, half of my screen is literally dark, it's black. You know, that projector curse where like the shit starts blacking out. Like, fuck, half of my screen I can't see.
led to severe consequences, which ultimately impacted both his career and personal life. Though, if we're going to talk about being prideful, there's no streamer more fitting than Jack Doherty. The sin of pride is defined as an excessive love of one's own excellence. While having self-respect is important, thinking too highly of yourself can give you an arrogant and unlikable personality, which in many people's eyes is exactly what happened to Jack Doherty. On the flip side, Jinxie is a living
he's an animal, isn't he?
example of humility, which is the heavenly virtue of staying humble regardless of your position in life. They're both massively successful young streamers, so what makes them so polar opposite in their approach to fame and influence? For Jack, the answer might lie in the fact that he's basically grown up on the internet. Jack began his online career on YouTube 7 years ago.
So like basically Jack is younger than Jinx. Jinx is like the older crowd, right? Probably millennials, maybe, right? Probably the oldest Gen Z kind of group.
When he was just 13 years old. His channel blew up from the get-go, with one of his earlier videos receiving over 3.4 million views to date.
Right.
This early success likely had a negative effect on the young boy's impressionable mind as he began chasing success and money at expense of those around him. Jack went from doing harmless and innocent pranks like trick or treat.
And that's the thing, bro. Like the whole thing where, you know, young creators get money at such a young age, bro, at such a young stage in their journey. That shit destroys them, bro. Because now they can bypass the other aspects of their life that they need to just like develop to be solid human beings regardless of, you know, the financial incentives. You know what I'm saying? So they literally just like desensitize themselves to the important aspects of their themselves, bro.
Treating the day after Halloween.
Trick or treat. I'm being a doctor.
To harassing people in public for views.
Since 13. Whoa.
What? Well, bro, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
He kept pushing boundaries, going as far as doxing a Walmart employee for kicking him out after Jack tried.
You don't know that guy right there? You sure they don't know each other?
The store.
Put a picture on the screen right here. His name is Donato.
To make matters worse, Jack also started bragging about his success and flexing his wealth on Twitter. This not only made him more unlikable, but also negatively impacted the reception of his content. The thing that makes Jack so obnoxious is that he has literally no redeeming qualities. Everything he does is either annoying or bragging. There is no respect or anything. If you asked AI to create the world's most punchable face, it would spit out this kid Jack. By comparison, the public has a much more favorable view of Jinxie thanks to his down-to-earth personality. Jinxie began his career as an energetic Rainbow Six Siege player, streaming on Twitch back in 2019. But his streaming career finally began to take off when he started posting clips of his streams on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. His high-octane personality immediately caught the viewers' attention and received millions of views. Jinxie also went from 13,000 live viewers in 2023, which was already quite impressive, to over 200,000 in 2024.
Damn.
Not only that, he even became the most subscribed channel on Twitch, surpassing the likes of XQC and Kai Cenat. But despite reaching the top of the streaming world, Jinxie didn't become pretentious like Jack. He remained grounded and humble. And when asked about his enormous accomplishment, this is all he had to say.
Are you officially the #1 streamer on Twitch?
Right now, in the last like 2 months, yeah.
That's crazy.
How does that feel?
I mean, no different than
Pretty
being
humble, bro.
No different than being #2 or #3. It's just like,
No, it's not. It's completely different.
dude, I still wake up in the same bed. Like, I don't know. Nothing changes after that.
As a comment on one of his videos pointed out, much respect for this kid having money and not letting it change his life. Even when Jinxie bought a new car, he didn't make a show of it online. He also chose a practical Honda instead of a flashy sports car like any other streamer in his position. To celebrate, he only made a simple post showing his gratitude to his viewers for the support. This, unsurprisingly, is the polar opposite of Jack Doherty, who loves bragging about his Lamborghini purchases, and it's easy to see why. Because unlike Jack, Jinxie is not doing this to get filthy rich and famous. Instead, his main priority is his family and the time he gets to spend with them.
Dude, to me, family's all you really have in life. Like, you can have like money or fame or whatever, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is like the people you truly care about. So like, dude, I'm 22, bro. Like, I have my whole
Oh shit, he's 22. What's that? Gen Z, right? Obviously. or like the older Gen Zs, right? When does that Gen Z thing start again? 7? Right? 97? How old is 97 right now? 9? Okay.
Whole life to go off and live by myself. I may as well spend as much time with my mom and dad while I can.
This split in priorities is also the main difference between them. While Jack Doherty's pride in his wealth and fame will keep forcing him to cross any line for more views, Jinxie's humility and kindness allows him to keep doing his best to support his family and grow his business. However, if we're mentioning kindness, we can't forget the undisputed king of compassion and warm interaction with his fans. Kindness is the quality of being friendly and caring towards others, and Kai Cenat expresses this trait every chance he gets, especially when he's out interacting with his fans. Not so long ago, Kai was the biggest streamer on Twitch with over 306,000 active subscribers. Yet despite his monumental success, he's always been down to earth when talking to his fans. Like the time he met a passionate fan in Nigeria, Kai not only listened to his troubles, but also promised him a new PC to help kickstart his streaming career.
You don't gotta cry, bro.
I'm an aspiring streamer. I need a PC so I can start streaming, bro.
Oh, you want a PC?
Yeah, I want
that new PC so I can start streaming, bro. Look, I think I was watching, I think it was a YouTube video where Kai, you know, was it one of the basketball players? Was it Kyrie? He a basketball player, right? I'm not too tapped in, my fault. Yeah, watch out, bro. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, but I think he had bought something for that guy. Right, like some gaming shit. I think it was a setup. I think it was a setup or some gaming console, some shit like that. You know, and you look at that, and then you're like, yo, he didn't even need to buy Kyrie. Is it Kyrie? Whatever. He didn't even need to buy the nigga that, right? But he still did it, and that, you know, yeah, that showed me something about his what's that? Sense of what? Good heart, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we gotta take shit with a grain of salt, maybe a pound of salt sometimes, because we all know the, you know, the whole creator space is a performative space now. You know what I'm saying? It's a performative space now. People have gifted, you know, their peers or some people that pose as their fans, you know, in front of that camera. But then who's to say that when that camera, you know, shuts off, everybody gets their shit back? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're returning this gift. It was only for, you know, the content piece or the stream. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying like that was Kai's situation. I'm just saying like, yo, the time when that happened, I was like, hey, yeah, he cool peoples, he decent, good peoples, you know.
I know, but damn, don't cry. I'ma see you again. I'll be out here. Text me on Instagram.
I already did 200 times.
Okay. So what's your Instagram? Okay, I'm gonna text you right now. I promise.
I ain't gonna lie, he was trying to get away, dog. Yo.
I promise. I got you, bro. I promise.
He also had a similar interaction with another superfan in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you're getting a PC, buddy. You're definitely getting a PC, bro.
W Kai, out here changing lives. And while majority of the time it's Kai giving away free stuff, sometimes it's his loyal fans that return the favor.
What's up? I have something for you. This is by 2006. Kobe in Taiwan.
Wait, what?
He gave me a ball.
Kobe gave you this. Damn, you want me to have it?
Yeah, I'll give you.
But there's another side to Kai's kindness, and that's his ability to connect with others and build relationships. And the clearest example of this is his relationship with Ray. Kai first met Ray when he visited Japan in July of 2023. Ray recognized Kai streaming outside and came up to meet him with enthusiasm, and Kai responded with an equal amount of joy on his face.
Yo! What's good, bro? It's my dream. It's your dream? Yeah! My boy! I love you, man. Kai! Yeah! Oh my god! I love you, bro!
Kai quickly realized that Ray was on the same wavelength as him. This led him to inviting Ray to America for 2 weeks, and the two had a blast. They filmed a short film together inspired by Rush Hour called Global Pursuit. He pranked Ray on stream.
He just here from America for the first time, so so you're actually the 5th girl that he speaks to. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yo, I feel like okay, Kai is no longer like, you know, at least you know, in public, you feel me, as he came out with the announcement that he's not doing this thing anymore like that, right? The streaming thing. But like, I'm just saying, yo, had they made maybe a modern day rendition or like a sequel of the Rush Hour movie franchise thingy, oh my god, it would have hit. It would have hit, bruh. What y'all think? Put it in the comments. Like a 2025 version of, you know, Rush Hour, but like the streamer, you know what I'm saying, with the streamers, shit like that. And then I don't know, Kai be the black guy's kid, Ray be you know what I'm saying, Jackie Chan's adopted son. Hey, something. It would have hit, and it would have resonated with the younger crowd, the younger audience. Man, they would have made they chicken. I feel like it would have made some money. Damn. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, bro.
Yeah, so you good, like, yeah. Yeah. Alright, Ray, start talking. Are you looking? What?
What are you name?
Fuck, I know it's you.
And even accepted the Streamer of the Year award with Ray on stage.
That being said, you know who did? Got it.
Kai's viewers also love their interaction.
Yeah, that man Kai, bro, that man Kai done changed lives, dog. Yeah, I feel like, you know, Kai Cenat did come through to do, you know, to accomplish the work of God, so to speak, bro. You know what I'm saying? And change lives the way that he did. Not a lot of people do this. People, you know, they get their pot of gold and then they're mad selfish about it, whatever. And, you know, to each their own. It is what it is. Fuck it. But, you know, Kai literally was generous with this shit. If we really think about it, despite of everything that's around his name and everything like that, you know, all the controversial shit included, you feel me? But yeah, for the most part, the dude alright, man. Come on.
With memes like these getting tens of thousands of views and likes. And to think that this friendship started from a simple interaction just because Kai decided to show kindness to a passionate fan is pretty cool to think about. But where some people love to uplift others, there are those who do anything to tear them down. This behavior perfectly sums up the disrespectful online persona and envious nature of Neon. The sin of envy is the act of showing bitterness or sadness at another's good fortune or excellence in wanting it for one's own self but never feeling satisfied. This definition perfectly summarizes Neon's whole career, as almost everything he said or done was for the sole purpose of going viral and joining the big leagues of the streaming world without having to put in the required legwork. His stunts range from launching a barrage of insults at a plus-size content creator on a live stream,
Big ass gap in her teeth. I want to literally head off. Oh my god, you fucking ugly. Holy shit, you're fucking hideous. You're fucking hideous.
to screaming like a maniac on a stream with Andrew Tate.
You're a disgrace to the Muslim.
You not know who the man is.
You bitch. Learn house arrest you.
And faking his own death for clout by claiming that he had a brain.
No.
Respect or anything. If you asked AI to create the world's most punchable face, it would spit out this sensitize themselves to treating a day after.
Yo, why is my mic sound muted? Yo, my fault, y'all. I gotta fix this. I'll fix this immediately, or else I'm ending stream right now.
Posting clips of his viewers in 2020. See it, Kai Cenat. He had to say, "Are you no different than?" Instead of a flashy sport, videos pointed out much of the polar opposite of Jack Doherty.
Come on, man, say something. Bro, I am not seeing my mic on this OBS thing, bro. 1 2 1 2, mic check. I'm not seeing my microphone, nigga. Shit ain't even connected. I'm 2 and 2. This is weird. My fault, y'all. I just have to make sure.
Brain tumor. I think Neon has done more than enough to make people hate him forever. Recently, he even got arrested for illegally filming female cops in Dubai. However, his career took a turning point in April of 2024 when Neon was banned for reckless driving during a live stream.
What the fuck? Squeeze! Banana squeeze!
It's evident that Neon has and will continue to do these insufferable acts to stay relevant as the creator he envies. On the other hand, Kai's kind persona.
I'm not too mad at Neon as okay, you know what? Let me just like disclaim the fact that, you know, from what I have seen, I see Neon most of the time on clips. I don't watch the full streams and things like that. But yeah, from what I've seen, bro, like I'm not too mad at Neon's I don't know whether to say personality or character, but yeah, like I ain't seen him be on like degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? I've never stuck around watching a Neon stream to a point where I catch like crazy shit, right?
Persona and Heart of Gold would continue to earn him loyal fans like Ray. However, it can be argued that even the worst of Neon's antics are nothing compared to that of Riot Law, who is the personification of lust. Lust is a sin for someone who often suffers from strong cravings or desires, often of sexual nature. Riot Law exemplifies this by streaming himself on Omegle, where he often attempts to convince women into engaging in sexual activity.
Oh shit, I thought you were gonna say, yo, he streams himself like gooning, like, you know what I'm saying? Like beating this, like, god damn.
Or revealing themselves in explicit ways.
To be honest, can you just like, okay, when you stood up, I was really only looking at one thing, to be honest. Can you just like show me your
For those unaware, Omegle is a site where you can anonymously video chat with other people, and Riot Law uses the platform to find the next victim of his quote-unquote content. Most of his streams follow a similar format. He connects with girls on Omegle, talks with them a little, and tries to steer the conversation to where he can get them to expose themselves on stream. However,
is this guy Arabic?
That's not everything, because a couple months prior, a YouTuber by the name of Something About Chickens made an expose video on Riot Law in which he showed evidence of Riot soliciting the same responses from minors.
This is Riot LOL. Omar is his real name. He's a 20-year-old Kick streamer, TikToker, Twitter/X user, whatever you want to call it, and here's him about to get a girl that's clearly, let's say, not of age to expose herself.
Say it, a minor. Say it.
Live on his stream.
And I didn't spend a single Oh my.
Oh my god, my just like out. What the hell?
Yo, like, I mean, like, why are they not more out is the real question. I mean, like, what time is it? You know, it's already demon hours. Kid. Wait, listen, how old are you? I'm 19.
Oh, I'm 16.
You said 18?
Yeah.
On one instance, Riot even made some suggestive remarks for
he's one of those.
For a literal baby.
Oh my.
He probably gooned in public too. He's probably one of those. Like I think I saw. Yeah, it's an Astro Dior video. It's right here. Even it's still right here. Look at that. Look at this, y'all. The public indecency crisis, and it's a gooning video. Look at that, public gooning and blah blah blah. Yep, this motherfucker done did that. It's like you could tell, bro. You could tell by, you know. Yeah.
Hi, what's your name? Hey, listen, you're really pretty, but can I talk to the one in the middle? Yo, I'm kidding. Alright, that's insane.
Now, I had to blur out who Riot was actually talking about, because it was a baby.
This kind of behavior isn't just immoral.
This nigga said because it was a baby, woo woo goo goo ga ga type. Yo, Oh shit, it was a baby? Damn. Oh my.
Bro, it's straight up evil. Not to mention how this is also the exact opposite of Ludwig, who is a strong follower of chastity. For Ludwig, chastity can be defined as the virtue of complete fidelity to a partner, as he's been loyal to his girlfriend QT Cinderella for over 4 years now. It was in May of 2020 when Ludwig revealed his relationship to
Damn, I didn't know about this union right here.
the world on Twitter, and the couple began appearing more and more in each other's streams.
This is the first one!
Since then, they've collaborated on several massive projects like the Streamer Awards and the chess boxing event. It's clear that both have helped each other grow their audience considerably, though they're
why are you doing that in public though? Nah, come on, man. Like, that's y'all energy, bro. Leave aside of those kind of things. Why you backwash that thing and then you smear it on his thing?
Relationship is also an inspiration for the viewers, showcasing what a healthy and pure relationship looks like. If I don't have a relationship like theirs, I don't want it. Blood and QT are the relationship
Nah, that's mad parasocial though. Yeah, you trust me, you don't need this kind of energy.
everyone dreams of having. Over 4 years later, Ludwig's relationship with QT is as strong as ever, serving as a clear example of chastity and loyalty for their fans. On the contrary, while Riot Lol has since been banned from Kick, no one will likely surpass the lust and desire in his content. With that said, not all streamers share the same values. Some are driven by greed and solely focus on making money. Put simply, greed is the desire to gain as much material wealth as possible.
Yeah.
A streamer by the name of Bad Bunny became the symbol of greed when she got angry at her viewers for not making any donations on multiple occasions.
$5 a month!
What the Yo, go get a job, bro. Then go get a job then. Go work, you know, at like, what is it? Yo, I almost said half-time. Go work part-time then, and then, you know what I'm saying? With the other part of your time, then stream, and then you'll probably get that $5 a month. Well, you know, on top of the $5 a month that you get, then it's gonna be $10. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like part-time jobs, huh? Yeah, what's the rate on those, right?
How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? I don't know. What are you doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the
This looks insane.
content that you're watching? Because it's like people just really really don't respect me as a content creator. Chat, I haven't got a donation.
How people don't respect you because they ain't giving you more than $5 a month
Or a sub for an hour. What the for an hour? What the an hour when I'm working for free? What the
This immediately blew up across the internet.
Yeah, I would say, dog, like, yo, look, man, the whole employment thing versus you know, doing this content creation thing and streaming versus streaming thing, bro, I'd say, yeah, just stick to your job until you can, you know, see a solid income, like, consistently, bro, off of this thing. Because now, you know, starting from nothing and then depending on the whole streaming thing, well, you know, shit, you end up looking like a desperate dick. You know what I'm saying? A desperate wee that's trying to just like get into something real quick to a point where it's like, yo, you might be violating at this point, trying to grab that kitty like that, or because, you know, your shit's so hard, it's pre-coming shit. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like resemble that kind of meat, that kind of shmeat. Don't do that, right? You end up come off desperate. You come off like, and yes, you are desperate because now your life depends on donations and, you know, I don't know, what is it, super chats. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Twitch stuff, but you know, man, just hold on to like whatever form of income in terms of like a job, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Until, I don't know, you come up with something, until you can utilize your brain enough so that you can be able to expand your, you know, your mind so that you, I don't know, derive multiple forms or sources of income from just like your content creation, right? Your presence online, not just the streaming thing, especially when when, you know, we were starting out to build our sources of income. You know, consider the other platforms, bro. Like YouTube, like, you know, take those VODs, post them up as YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying? Cut those up, you know, as segments, and, you know, let those be digestible for people to just view those and just make that income like that as well. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, because now this proves right here, right? This kind of thinking from this creator right here. It proves that, you know, she's met the limitations of her mind, and she, you know, because her limitation was just like Twitch. I mean, that's if she doesn't have a YouTube channel, and, you know, maybe even Rumble, dog, like, do all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You feel me? Maybe Kick as well, bro. Let's do it. Okay, I'm only talking from the context of, you know, here talking about Twitch. I think these are Twitch streamers, all of them, you know. So now, but I'm just saying, you know, your mind's limitation can have you acting this crazy, frankly. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to expanding our minds, bro, and see how we can, like, literally, because I don't fuck with the whole thing of doing the content shit, the streamer shit, while holding down a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm at that position right now, and it gets you drained, right? You can be so drained that you don't give your audience maybe your pure fresh energy, you know what I'm saying? Because half the time you're tired, you work elsewhere just to come back and just, you know what I'm saying, give your people just half-assed energy in your content, in your streams. So yes, I do advocate for, you know, getting your income, but secure kind of income, right? Through this streaming thing, why not? But obviously that's not the reality. You're gonna have to implement, you know, the YouTube shit too, you know, just the content, you know, post-produced videos type shit as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you do that, then you don't, at least you don't come out as like desperate for the money on Twitch alone.
People saw her as nothing more than greedy and entitled. She's moaning about people not having $5 while she is begging for $5. She's basically saying, you don't have a life, now give me money. Penguin Zero's opinion on the situation also matched most of the existing criticism online.
But yeah, this narcissist is probably the greediest person on Twitch. She's like the Mr. Krabs of streaming, but not nearly as cool as Mr. Krabs because she has a shitty personality, a horrible attitude, and the worst perspective on things on that entire platform.
But another streamer jumped in and said this.
This nigga slow roasted her, like cooked her softly, bro, and them words, yo, crazy. But I guess it's warranted, right, at this point.
And the reason why this is getting retweeted and liked so much is because she's an attractive woman who didn't act like a nice person.
Is it that pretty privilege thing at work here?
Which is what makes simply frustrated incels angry.
Basically claiming that all of the backlash was from incels, though Charlie quickly shot down his argument as well.
Yeah, this hero decides to make it an issue about her being a woman, despite the fact that that is irrelevant to why people don't like it. It's because people don't like someone that says shit like that, and it is that greedy and that disrespectful and that entitled. It has nothing to do with her being a woman.
It's clear that Bad Bunny's greed for money rubbed off wrong on a lot of people, but not every streamer is like her, because some streamers like Jacksepticeye are the beacons of charity. Charity is about selflessly aiding others and helping make the world a better place for everyone, even at the expense of personal self. And Jack fits this description perfectly.
Oh, Jack, nice to meet you, bro. I've never heard of this creator. Yeah.
The most notable of his contributions come from his yearly Thankmas streams, which started back in 2017. The idea behind these charity streams was quite straightforward.
The whole idea behind Thankmas is to engage so many different creators, so many different people, so many different types of communities.
Shit, my fault, y'all. Quick word from our sponsors. You know what I'm saying? Before we continue right here, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.